I'm back, but it's actually months later. Hello! Greetings from Orlando, Florida. I'm here for work, parked right outside of a Goodwill, and I'm about to go in and see what they have inside. I've never been thrifting in the state of Florida before, and I do come often for work. I travel a lot for my job, and I've actually never gone thrifting while I'm on business because I usually don't really have a ton of time to do like things that aren't work related. But I actually found myself with some free time tonight and even tomorrow morning, and the nearest Goodwill to my hotel was just about 10 minutes away, so I figured I would stop by before they close. It's about 8 o'clock now. They close at 9 o'clock, and I don't really know what to expect. I hear a lot of great things about the thrifting in Florida, like a lot of vintage, sometimes even like designer labels. So we're definitely keeping my fingers crossed because, you know, whatever the thrift gods want to send my way today, I am open to. I just don't have a ton of room in my suitcase, so I'm really hoping that things aren't too good because then I'll end up with too many things and I'll probably have to buy a new suitcase, which I don't want to do. We'll see what's inside. Don't really know what to expect. I'm excited. And yeah, we'll just see. First impressions of this thrift store, it was huge. It was also super well organized, which is a major plus. As you can see from this video, it was Halloween when I filmed this. That's how long ago it was. I couldn't get any decor because it wouldn't fit in my suitcase, so I went right to the shoes. I found a lot of faux designer pieces, all of which were pretty easy to spot, but a lot of bags, shoes, even clothing items too. This store had so many accessories to pick from. They had tons of bags, scarves, jewelry. I spent so much time looking at all of this, even though I only filmed a small section. It was hard for me to show you every single bag because I had an armful of clothes at this point and I didn't grab a cart. So I had a phone in one hand, armful of clothes, and then trying to sift through with my rogue arm that you keep seeing throughout the video. These sandals were super sparkly, so you know they caught my eye. I had to go right past the shoe section though because I wouldn't have been able to fit any of this in my suitcase. I was admiring how well organized this section was though, because my thrift stores have shoes all over the place and there wasn't a single one that was out of place at this store. They had so many dresses to choose from, and I was obsessed with this pink one. I wish I got it. It has puff sleeves. It has a square neck. It was such good quality too. I could just see it poking out from the aisle and I had to take a look, and I really regret not bringing it home with me because this is very my style. Anything that's like a baby doll and flowy like this really reminds me of Sister Jane. I was thinking this dress could be good for the meeting I was going to the next day. However, it wasn't my size, but I had to admire it because it was sold at the RealReal before it made it to this thrift store and it still had the tags on it. This is my reminder to always look through the scarves. They are so versatile. I wear them around my neck, in my hair, even tie it around my bag, so my bag has its own little accessory too. Look at how many dresses they had. They had walls and walls to look through. At this point, my arms were getting super tired because I didn't grab a cart, so I'm just showing you some of the highlight pieces, like anything with a fun pattern, sparkly, floral, really anything at this point that caught my eye. The last dress I'll show is a super fun polo dress from Ralph Lauren Polo. It had embroidery on the front and the back, and it just aligns with that croquette style that everyone knows and loves. I could just see this being worn in so many different ways. And just like the dress section, there were so many tops to look through. I was looking for anything that had maybe a fun collar, puff sleeves, fun texture, or pattern. Those are all typically the things that I tend to gravitate towards. And just a side note, I'm super clumsy. I always try to leave the thrift store better than I found it because I am dropping stuff all over the place every time that I shop. When I thrift, I tend to skip right over the blouse section. I already have a lot of blouses that I really don't get a ton of wear out of. I usually beeline it right to like the t-shirt section, maybe the sweaters, the crew necks. But one thing about this thrift store that I loved was all of the almost like resort wear. There was a lot of linen, tropical prints, big florals, really anything that kind of just reminded me of Florida as a whole. So very on brand. I was obsessed with this shirt. I looked at it for way too long. I probably just should have brought it home with me, but I didn't. It had eyelets. It had a poet like puff sleeve, a fun collar, nice pleats in the front. Really checks off every box for me in terms of what I'm looking for. I don't even remember why I didn't take it home. I really should have. This shirt was so fun. I love the little bears on it. Very cute. I thought this Thrasher bucket hat was super cool. I've never seen the rainbow letters like this before, but they had a great selection to choose from. Anything corduroy is something that I'm gonna look at. I was so sad when I saw those pants were not my size. Also, with these pants from Hollister, they were in the men's section, but they reminded me of a pair of flannel shorts I had when I was in middle school that I was obsessed with. If I could find them again, I would totally grab them. I passed on the skirt, but I thought it would have been super fun for a Halloween costume. Look at the things that I already found. Again, with no cart. I swear thrifting without a cart is an arm workout. I was loving this top. I didn't bring it home with me. I wish I did. I was really considering it though. I even come back to it a few seconds later. I was loving the contrast between the white and the red stripe and the fact that it buttons in the front. Anytime that you see a button-up tank top like this, you can actually wear it as a vest or as a layering piece. So consider that when you're thrifting. Things can be worn multiple ways. And like I said, I didn't get it, but I really wish I did. This video is full of regrets. And again, with the handbags, there were so many to look through. I was loving this one. It was very Western inspired, but this is all in addition to that huge handbag wall that I already showed you. Each aisle end had accessories on it, so it just added more fun to look through as you were shopping. And coming up, we have some faux luxury again. This dress stood out to me because it was in the top section, so it was longer than everything else. I love the pattern of it. When I looked at the tag, I was really hoping it was real, but it was not. The tag was off, the stitching was inconsistent, the quality of the piece overall just wasn't great, so I passed on it because, again, I did not think it was real. I really like the idea of wearing this button-down shirt as a dress. This particular piece wouldn't have fit me in that way, but something to keep in mind when you are looking through button-downs that they can be worn more ways than just one. Just poking through the last few shirts here, you'll notice there wasn't a ton of crew necks or sweaters. This thrift store didn't have many of them, despite the fact that it was October when I was thrifting through this, but they really did have a lot of fun patterns and colors that all kind of resembled something that would be worn in maybe spring or summer. I loved this particular top. I wish I got it, but alas, another video full of regrets. I think I filmed that video in late September and now it's mid-January. So just to show you how much I've been slacking on actually making this YouTube channel, I'm very excited that it's finally here. I'm finally making the effort, but I am a procrastinator through and through. I found a lot of items from today. And I think I was expecting a lot more vintage, at least from the one thrift store that I went to. I've heard a lot about the great vintage in Florida and a lot of the southern states. But yeah, I found a lot of mall brands and just things that I think I normally find in my thrift stores anyway, which isn't a bad thing. I really liked what I found. It was funny. There was a lot of fake Gucci, fake designer, which there was one dress that I was like, is this Gucci? And then it wasn't. It just the tag was off. There was a lot of fraying in the hem. The stitching was inconsistent. I was looking at this dress for quite some time. I tried to Google image reverse search it and nothing came up, at least in the same style of what I was looking at. And the fabric quality was really bad too. I think it was a $10 dress or something like that. But that was the one thing that I almost brought home with me just to see. I really wanted it to be real, but it just wasn't. But I did pick up a couple things. I can't find one of the dresses that I thrifted and have already worn quite a few times. So backing up, when I was there, the weather was a lot warmer, I think, than what I was expecting or what I had planned for. So I did bring, because I was there on business, I brought a lot of my heavier suiting, suit material type clothing. And because it was going to be 85 or 90 degrees, it would have just been really uncomfortable for me to be wearing a blazer during my meeting. So I was trying to find something more of a business attire type dress, and I did find it. And I guess just to give it a voiceover, it was white and almost more of a canvas material. It had a tie at the waist, button up front with a collar. And in the store, the material looked really, really thick. However, when I put it on to wear to my meeting that morning, my hotel room was the lights were dark. It was early in the morning, and it wasn't until I got to my meeting that I realized that the material was kind of see-through. And normally when I wear dresses, I will wear shorts or something under it, just so that if the wind blows, my rear end isn't in the open. But I just so happened to be wearing neon orange underwear, and you could see it through the dress, and I didn't realize that until not only did I get to my meeting, but I also was there for a little bit, and I went to the bathroom and I saw in the mirror as I was walking away that you could see my underwear. And it was just really embarrassing because these are you know, people that I work with professionally and I really respect them. And I was just hoping, I hope that I was sitting down like most of the time. So I'm hoping like they didn't notice, but I noticed. I think that's what matters. So yeah, never again. Now, if I wear that dress, which I have worn a couple other times to business meetings like since, I will always remember shorts. And even as I'm packing without that dress, now I will always bring a pair of shorts with me because you just never know when you're going to need it. But that dress has already gotten quite a few wears, even though I can't find it. I think I have it packed away with like more of like my summer wear in the basement, and I couldn't find like the bag that I put it in. So just imagine it's here. Just know that I love it and I'm really excited for it. This was another top that I got. It's from the brand Cupcakes and Cashmere, which I have to look at where this brand's from. I don't know if it's like a TJ Maxx brand or like something at one time that was sold by Anthropologie. I have no idea. I just recognized it from when I used to work at a consignment shop. Occasionally this brand would come in. It wasn't one of those tags that I saw very often. So in my brain, I kind of think that it's, you know, maybe like higher tier. I don't know. I could be very wrong. I'll correct myself like somewhere over here if that's not the case. But anyway, this is kind of like, it's almost like a retro print and has a little bit of like a sparkle to it. You can kind of see, it's like hard to tell, but it's just like a blouse and it has a nice little like pink stripe at the bottom. I just liked all the colors. I felt like it was like very fall and like bright. And again, at the time that I went there, it was like very early fall, and where it was Florida, like this material was like, it's very like light and airy. So I didn't end up wearing this on my trip, but I like how it has like a high ruffle neck and like a tie right here. And I can tuck it into like pants very easily. It looks very boho. I like that it's not like so blousy that it looks like I'd be wearing it to an office at all times. Like I feel like I can dress this into my style without it being like office wear, because my style really isn't office wear. It's very like eclectic and fun and kind of crazy, and like this sweater, this is cool. Anyway, but yeah, I just feel like I can integrate this into my current wardrobe very well, because one thing, and I don't know if you guys agree, let me know in the comments, but when I used to work in the office every single day pre-pandemic, I would be going every single day really wearing like office somewhat attire. Like my office isn't very formal or anything. They don't require us to wear like suits, but I would try to dress nice. And I found that at the time I had a separate like work attire, and then I had like just outside of work attire. And I felt like I had like almost two separate wardrobes, and it caused me to have almost like double the clothes that I would normally own. Where now I try to, you know, only buy things that I can have for multiple purposes, and I feel like it's worked a lot better for me. However, you know, I still get, you know, I still have separate like business clothes and stuff that I have to wear when I'm seeing like people in person. So my point is, I don't like to have things that I can only wear to work, or things that I can only wear outside of work, or feel like I need to wear outside of work. I like things when they can kind of like mesh seamlessly together. And I do feel like this is like one of the things that makes that possible. So that's good. While I was there, I was feeling very like luxury and like Gucci inspired. And I was really hoping, as I was going through like the scarves and whatnot, that I would find just like some type of name brand like luxury scarf. And I didn't, but I did find a scarf, but I felt like resembled the era of Gucci. I like to wear these around my neck and like in my hair. And the thing that stood out to me was like this horse bit. And I was like, oh, that'd be cool if it was Gucci, but like it just isn't. I just like a really fun like printed scarf. I feel like the colors in it are very like almost like 70s inspired to some degree, and I could wear it with a lot of different things. I don't really wear a ton of neutrals. I do wear a lot of orange and yellow and just colors that I feel like would pair nicely like with this. Like you could wear this, you're wearing like blue. Like I feel like this could be a really cool contrast. So like, oh. Anyway, I feel like this could integrate well, like I said, with a lot of different things, but I wear them like around my neck. Hold on, let me show you. Like I'll tie it, or you could wear it like, you know, up, your hair's up. I don't know, a lot of different possibilities. And where is the other one? Oh, there was another scarf that I got too. So this is scarf one, and then this is the other scarf. I did get two scarves. This one was new with tags from Old Navy, and I actually used to own this in a different color. I'm pretty sure it was pink, and I had gotten rid of it when I did more of like a clean out of a lot of the scarves that I own, because at the time I just wasn't wearing as many, and now I've gotten back to it. So I don't think I'll ever get rid of this, which is good for me. And like I'll just show you how I normally wear them. So like this one's a little bit smaller, so you can kind of see like you know, just like tying it. That's like almost if I'm not wearing like a necklace. I can wear this if I'm wearing like a v-neck or a sweater doesn't really come up this high. I just like that added thing around my neck. And I could probably wear this in my hair too, but I don't think it's long enough for me to tie around my head. I could try though. It would be really pretty. And last but not least is the sweater. And I know I just said that there wasn't a lot of vintage or anything like that, but I did find this one vintage sweater from Liz Claiborne, Liz Golf actually. And one thing about me is that if I see something from Liz Claiborne, whether it be Liz Sport, Liz Wear, or Liz Golf, I'm gonna pick it up because the stuff that she made for some reason just resonates so well with me. And I just like all of the pieces. Like the quality's amazing. The prints are always super fun. They're always just like very eccentric, and I feel like she just gets me. Like Liz Claiborne, she just understands what I want to wear. So when I saw this, my jaw dropped. I was so excited. Ready? It's a man golfing. And I just think it's funny that it's Liz Golf and then that he's like golfing, but I don't even golf. And I just needed this. Like it's like a very like thick like cotton knit, and it's my size, which amazing. It was like Cinderella's slipper, but it's a v-neck, which I don't usually go for like v-neck sweaters like this, but usually I'll wear like a collar like sticking out of it because I don't know, I don't really like the cut of it too much, but I did need it and I love it. And it's just so funny that it's like this little guy golfing on it, and it's almost funnier because I wear it and I don't golf at all. Like I know nothing about it. Now I have these awesome pieces to remember my trip to Florida from, whether it be my see-through dress or this awesome sweater with the golf guy on it. Next time I go, I'm definitely gonna try to plan a little bit more of a route so I can visit at least more than one thrift store while I'm there. I did like the one that I went to. It was very organized. It was big. They had a lot of good stuff, and I didn't even look at the whole store, and I spent probably like 45 minutes in there. But I want to get more of like a diversified understanding of what Florida has for thrifting. So maybe where I didn't find a lot of vintage in my trip, I'm sure maybe if I went to more stores in that same trip, I probably would have. So we shall see. I'll keep you posted with the next time that I am able to go, which will probably be a few months from now. I wouldn't doubt that. In the spring, I'll probably visit again. So if you like what you saw today, make sure to hit that subscribe button. I'm going to try to make a more consistent posting schedule, hopefully something that doesn't make it so that I post 4 months later. But if you like thrifting or fashion related content, or even a combination of the two, this is the place for you. So make sure to hit that little bell so you can get notified every time that I make a new video. And I hope you have a great day. Thank you. Bye.